two, three.
Welcome, Cosmic Explorers, to the Human Design and Astro Club podcast, your celestial compass to self-discovery and personal empowerment. We are going to take you on a cosmic journey where we dive deep into the fascinating realms of human design, astrology, and tarot, where we will unravel the cosmic codes that shape your personalities, relationships, and destinies. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the Human Design and Astro Club podcast. And this is the podcast you've been waiting for. Okay, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do the sound. I controlled myself. It's been a while. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome
We
back.
have, changed things up around here for the new year. I'm sure you've noticed if you've been here for a while. If you're new here, welcome. We love having you, whether new or old. We're so happy you're here. Before we introduce what this episode actually is and start diving in, let's introduce ourselves. So, my name is Krystle, and I am a 1-3 sacral generator. I am a rising Capricorn, Sagittarius sun, and an Aries moon. But before you go, Leah, I just also want everybody to know just a brief understanding of me, because I have now entered into in 2024 my 7th year of experimentation with human design, which is kind of a big deal.
It is a big deal.
Um, I feel like a new person. I have been experimenting with human design for about 7 years now. And then before that, I worked at the Kabbalah Center for 3.5 years. And that's when I learned the foundation of the human design body graph, because the human design body graph is the Kabbalah tree of life. And so, and I've been working with people for like 3+ years now. I guess I'm going into my fourth year, will be the summer, will be my fourth year. But technically, I don't know. That was kind of an experimentation phase. I kind of put like when I started my website,
Yeah.
my first website actually, because now we have a website together. And then I have a little branch of myself on that website. You can check it out, humandesignastro.com. But my first website is kind of where I put the starting point for myself, and that was during Lionsgate Portal. Well, it'll be 4 years in the summer. So, so yeah, I feel like it's important to kind of like let you guys know who we are a little bit.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd share that, especially also because I'm now like in my 7th year.
Yeah.
So
My husband saw your website and he was like, "Is that Krystle?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Wow, she looks like she's changed so much, just like the way that your essence seems." And I
really,
mean, he doesn't know you in person, but he's like, "Wow, she seems like a different person these days." And I was like, "Well, she's, expanded and she's like grown in all these different ways." So I was like, "That's pretty cool."
what do you mean, which webs?
Your journey pictures just from like on your website of you like on the beach and like
Oh,
your
those old
profile
oh
picture.
my
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Yeah,
like, wow.
that
And that
is
was
a,
what, 4 years
was,
ago that you had
yeah,
those?
yeah, well, almost four
Yeah.
years ago. Yeah, four
It's
years. I
crazy.
think, yeah, I filmed those pictures were taken that right before the website. So
Yeah.
4 years this coming summer will be, yeah.
It's just how much we all change when we start to like decondition and learn ourselves and like allow ourselves to like truly be who we want to be,
I know
where we
whenever I
are.
go through my old picture, well, just old pictures, but also further back, like my past life of doing hair and makeup. I also have a hair and makeup background, which hold on. There's something coming, guys. There is something coming. I'm about to kitchens combo my two passions. So if you're on YouTube or the podcast, first of all, this special series, because you guys saw our last series, which definitely go check out if you did not. I don't know what you're doing unless you're new. If you're new, then I'm going to tell you right now. I started a new series called True Crime Human Design. Everybody seems to be obsessed with it, although please let us know what those profiles are. I'm dying to hear from some people about the profiles. You'll know what I'm
Mhm.
talking about when you watch the episode or listen to the episode.
Mhm.
But I started a series called True Crime Human Design. We did Twin Flames Universe. We analyzed their charts. I brought in, fellow sacral being Teresa Brenneman, and we, played catch together, and it was a really good time.
Yeah.
And what was I going to say? And then I'm about to start a new series in February. So, but that one is only going to be on YouTube. I did like it's exclusive to YouTube. So you got to come over and
We'll
subscribe
subscribe.
to our YouTube channel. And we're also, when we get to 1,000 subscribers, yeah, well, somewhere between 500 and 1,000. We really need, our first number is 500. There's going to be a lot of educational bonus content that's going to start coming out.
Yeah.
So definitely subscribe over to our YouTube channel. But I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to let you introduce yourself. I'm so sorry. That was the
Yeah,
longest
we
introduction.
just get into like chatty mode and then it just
Yeah.
keeps unfolding.
Yeah.
I'm Leah. I'm a 2/4 splenic projector, an Aquarius sun, Taurus moon, and Libra rising. And a little background about me, I came from a social media network marketing background for about 6 or 7 years. I found human design and realized that it was kind of giving me like the ability to let that go because I wasn't sure how to let it go. And then we bumped into each other on Instagram and I was like, you're
Yeah.
not getting rid of me. And
You're
then
not, you're like, I'm asking every single question. Leah won
all the
my
questions.
my first free reading. And
Hmm.
then the funniest thing to me, whenever I think back to this, then she booked I did a personalized business reading for her.
Yeah.
Um, and after we got off that reading, I was like, you know, she has all the things that I really need to like really create the business that I want. So
And
then
here
I
we are.
invited her. So
Crazy. I
it's
still have my
crazy.
notes.
That's
I do. I'll keep them forever. I'm a line four. I have
yeah,
everything all forever and
yeah.
always.
So let's talk about what this episode is a little bit more and then we'll dive in. Okay. So these episodes that you see that are called a look ahead. We're talking about the transits in short, in a nutshell. If there's anything you get out of what I'm about to say, it's all about the transits. We love the transits. The transits are life. Okay. So
Mhm.
we are one of the only. I haven't found too many yet. Human design podcasts that not only talk about human design, but we're also tying in astrology and tarot. And so these episodes are here to provide you practical and tangible ways to work with the system in your everyday life. I've been starting to call myself, really trying to hone in like, what the hell do I do? You know what I mean? Because like when I first came online, as we just were talking about almost 4 years ago, um, I just wanted to allow people to love themselves again.
Yeah.
But I don't just help you love yourself in just like your relationship with self or just like business or just relationships. I kind of see myself as like a lifestyle mentor. That's something that I've been calling myself. People have been telling me that I'm a mentor, like because I also do package sessions. I'm like, I guess I am a mentor.
Yeah.
Like I'm a mentor, I'm a guide, I'm an alchemist. Like I'm really all three of those combined. I'm a
Mhm.
kitchen's environment. I really can't just be one ingredient. And so I feel like what I do is I take all of this information and I make it extremely practical for you to live your best life. So that's kind of what these episodes are all about. And I feel like this is where we really give back. That's what these episodes are. It's our opportunity to really support you guys, which are our community, and we love you so much. Please share these episodes with people that you feel like might need it, might need to know like where they're going for the month. Because now these episodes have switched to the entire month. Like it's crazy, like being able to share all this information for a whole month. So yeah, we make all this information tangible and practical. We give you actual steps to use the transits in your everyday life. We're basically breaking down the programs for the entire month. That's what we're going to do. We're going to walk through the programs for the entire month. We're going to tie in astrology with it, and then Leah's going to share tarot at the end for all the human design types. So definitely stick around for that towards the end. I found them very helpful in really like allowing myself to surrender to being a generator. So she's going to go through all the types through tarot. And we also are going to do mark your calendars. So there's a couple segments. First segment we're going to go through right now, as after I stop giving you guys my spiel. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of a journey. I'm also called Journey Through HD on Instagram. If you don't know who I am on Instagram, definitely go follow over there. That's my main account, Journey Through HD. Leah's the splenic projector. There's a couple little, what are those underscores? Um,
Yeah, spaces or something.
I don't know what they're called. But anyways, all of our Instagram stuff is down below in the show notes, including our website, humandesignastro.com. And then we're Human Design Astro Club collectively together as well on Instagram. Those are the best places to find us. And I started a new series on Instagram. We'll see how long this goes. I really need some, support for me to keep being a defined heart and putting this information out there. So as a generator, I like to walk people through steps. So the first step is this podcast where we give you an overview of just the energy of the programs for each of the weekly programs. Some of them trickle into the others because they're running through the 6 lines, but we're giving you just that information, just the energy. And then if you want the details, after that for people that it's hard to take in all of the gates, the names, and all those things at once when you're trying to just understand what the energy is. So here we're just straight up energy through the programs. I am literally just transmitting this information for you guys to use in a practical way. And then if you want the details, you want the keynotes, we also explain themes. We go into a little bit deeper about the astrology. You're going to want to get on our email list. It's kind of like a monthly newsletter that we put out. So, our monthly newsletter is called The Cosmic Forecast. And so that's where I was just talking about with the themes. We break down the themes for each of the weeks. We talk about the keynotes. We give you the names of the gates. We talk a little bit deeper about astrology. We'll give you everything basically in writing and more. So the newsletter, the monthly newsletter, the Cosmic Forecast, that will go out the day after this episode, and that's going to be
Friday.
February 2nd. Check your email. You're going to get a lot of information on how to make the most out of your month. We are going to now go on a journey, and then we'll break down the programs. And then we'll do mark your calendars, and Leah will do the tarot polls for the human design types. So I want a hold on. Let me clear you guys. I'm gonna clear you guys. Give me a second. Clearing. I'm gonna put it, not into
Not on the camera.
over myself. I might have just got that in my coffee, but I'll move that out of the way. Probably still get it.
It's all over my laptop.
Okay. Hold on. One more over here. Got to make it even. Keep it balanced. My midheaven is in Libra.
All
So
about balance. Yeah.
I'm all about balance. And my
Mm-hmm.
unconscious sun is also Libra. So
Mm-hmm.
kind of like go together. So these journeys are basically like a meditation that's walking through the astrological signs of the month. So we're going to start out in Aquarius, okay? Because that's where we're starting in, what is it, February. I'm like, what month are we in? I don't even know. You'd think I would know the days of the week, but I don't know anything. I'm just kind of
No,
just, I'm
and
riffing.
January was 407 days long,
So is
anyways.
February, though. Both January and February are like 500 weeks. So,
Forever.
so I'm a little rusty right now. So excuse me. And we're also trying to figure out the new group. So it's probably going to take 6 months for me to
Yeah.
get this down. So please be give me some grace. So, anyways, I want you guys to get into a comfortable position. Now, if you are driving, I actually found out a lot of people really, and we also know by the analytics, people prefer the podcast. That's where we
Mhm.
started. Totally understand. Thank you so much for being with us over there. But if you want to really take a hold of this month, you'll want to come back to these journeys. And Leah will put the timestamp of when these journeys start in the description in case you do have to skip ahead
Yep.
and come back to it when you actually are not driving in your car. I do not want you guys to do this when you're driving in your
Mm-mm.
car or you're on like a bike ride or something, like none of those. You got to be in a comfortable seated position or lying down. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how you got to take in these journeys. So pause, get into a place, and come back when you're ready. So if you are ready, I don't know why I feel like I want to warm up my hands. Maybe I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do a little Reiki symbol and I'm gonna put it to you guys for a moment just to kind of clear everybody. Okay. So we're gonna start out in the month of February on top of the mountain that we got off the last time when we did the last journey, okay? Because Aquarius is an air sign, okay? So we need to be in the clouds. So we're going to start off on the top of the mountain and we're looking out at our view. We're looking at the air. We're looking at the clouds. Maybe there's a symbol in the clouds right now. Okay, so I want to make sure you're closing your eyes and you're taking this visual in. Okay, so if you haven't already closed your eyes and look out to the clouds. What do you see? Is there a symbol? Is there a color? Is there a phrase? What are you looking at in those clouds? Maybe the cloud has shaped into something. What are you seeing? Allow yourself to take that in because that is the first step of your journey for this month. There's some sort of symbol that's being shown to you right now that is allowing you to see where you are going to go and where you are going to grow next. Okay? So allow yourself to almost breathe in that symbol. Hold it for a moment. Hold it in your body. Okay? Can you feel where it is in your body right now? I want you to take some deep inhales in. We're breathing in the air. Okay? Aquarius is the innovator. Okay? The Aquarius is the weirdo. Aquarius is the freak. We're all weirdos, okay? There's not one normal person on this planet. And Aquarius is here to show you how to break out of that box. So if you feel like you're in some sort of box right now, and you feel like you're in this stagnant place, you feel like stuckness, see what it's going to take for you right now to break out of that box. You got that symbol from the clouds. And now it's time to bust free because we need to enter into Pisces. Okay? And Pisces is there's no boundary with Pisces. Pisces is the final sign of the zodiac. Pisces are the two fishes that are basically swimming away from each other in the water. Before we can get into the water, we got to break free from this box. So as you're in this box right now, there's a box that has formed over you, okay? There's some sort of key that's going to help you get out of that box so that you can welcome in all of the abundance and bounty and beauty that's already inside of you that Pisces is going to allow you to become. So maybe you have an actual key in your hand that is here to unlock the box. Maybe there's some sort of mental construct in your mind that you need to dismantle or let go of or surrender to. Maybe there's a place inside of you where you've abandoned yourself or you've abandoned your authority, you have abandoned who you are, and there needs to be an internal conversation with the self. So go ahead and take this moment. We're going to take this little pause, brief pause, and ask yourself, what is the key that is going to unlock my box to my being? Okay. After you get that key, you're going to then unlock the door and you're going to be free. Because Pisces does not like to be constrained. So as you step outside of the box, You're still on top of that mountain. You're still looking at the air, but now you're going to look down. You're going to look down from that mountain. You're going to see a sea of water. It is time for you to jump, which seems very into the nodes right now. Gate 51, which is in the North Node, is the jump. Okay? It's the jumper. And the 25, maybe you have access to that in your chart. Maybe you don't. I'll give you access right now because I have the 25. Okay? I'm a vessel of love. So I'm granting you access to the bridge. Okay? Now is the time, the 51, and the 51's in the North Node. Okay? It's time to jump towards your future. Okay? So you are going to jump into the ocean. You're going to jump into the sea, and it's the sea of self. Okay? So I want you to dive in or cannonball, whichever way you're getting in there. Okay? And you're going to jump into the sea and you're going to allow yourself to swim to the bottom. Okay? Now, as you're going to the bottom, I want you to, you got your goggles on now. Okay? You've got your clear view, right? That we talk about in the variables, your perspective. You put your goggles on. What are you looking at? What are you looking at in the sea? Do you see fishes? Do you see other people? Is there anybody with you on this journey? Because these are the things and these are the people and these are the symbols that are going to help you for this month. So as you get to the bottom, there's going to be something deep within the sand that you need to pick up. This is your tool to help you for the month of February. So when you get to the bottom and you start digging, what is it that you're going to uncover? Okay? And you're going to have to go to the pit of self. Okay? We're in the emotions now. Pisces is a water sign. It really wants to be able to, again, be free. Be in everything. Pisces is everything. Okay? It's the accumulation of all the signs and all the experiences that you had to just go through the, the other 11 zodiac signs. So what is that symbol, that key, that tool that's going to help you for February? I want you to hold it in your hands. And we're going to take 3 deep inhales in, and then we're going to open our eyes. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Take an inhale in. Release. And again. And release. And one more. We're going to hold it at the top for just a moment. Hold it at the top. And let go. Okay, now open your eyes. Did you go on the journey, Leah?
You sure did. I go in there every time. It's so fun.
Well, so would you like to let us know what your tool is for February that you found?
Heart.
Oh,
Yeah. So I have to noodle on that one.
huh. That's
I
a good
felt like that was a very, when I think about it for tarot, that's a very like Fool. When you're diving, it's a fresh start. You're
we are.
diving into
But
the
we're going back
unknown.
to the Fool because then we're going to move into
Yeah.
Aries after this, right? Which I think is
Yeah.
kind of the Fool of
Right.
the zodiac, if you want to pick one.
Yep. You're
Um,
just diving in head
and Pisces
first.
is the wise. Oh,
Hmm.
which one? What is Pisces? I mean, they all go through symbols. Um,
Oh, I
magi-
don't know off the top of my head.
yeah, I'm like, they're like the magician to me.
Yeah, kind of magician-y. Totally.
They they can morph, you know,
Yeah.
into whatever they want. It's fluid,
Yeah.
water, and wise, wisdom. And I feel like the magician is wise.
Yeah.
So it's
Has so
like,
many tools. Like, and you say like a culmination of all of the other zodiacs. Like that's what they have is they have all their tools.
mhm,
They're
but
all ready to use them to help
mhm.
themselves and others. Yeah.
Yeah, I find those to be fun. I really like doing them. I used to do them more at the beginning when I started Journey through
Yeah.
HD.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm starting to bring it back. I would love to make like personalized meditations for the human design types and go back to the deconditioning the centers again because I started that at the beginning
Hmm.
and I only got to the root and the head, and then I gave
Yeah.
up. But yeah, if you guys like these, also let us know if this new thing we're trying out, if you find it helpful, if you're actually doing them.
Yeah.
We want to know that our hearts are being of value to you. So if
Hmm.
you don't find it helpful, then we honestly would like to know because maybe then we'll try something else that would be more helpful. I think
Yeah.
they're helpful, but I'm me. So, and I'm
And
sure
we
there's
need to know
people
from
out
you.
there. What?
And we need to know from our audience what you
Yeah,
guys
we need
think.
to know what you guys want and need from us.
Yeah.
Right now we have gate 19 in the sun, and as we're recording this, and actually we're gonna start, and that's the gate of wanting. And it's not just like when you hear wanting, it seems very selfish or personal, but it's about really being able to provide the wants for others.
Yeah.
It's literally the start of the stream that supports the community. Goes from
Yeah.
the 19 to the 49 to the 37 to the 40. That whole stream right there
Yeah.
is all about supporting the community or tribe.
It's my conscious sun. And I like if people don't eat the food I make, I'm so
Oh my
offended.
God, yeah. And
I'm
that's
like, are
and the
you kidding? I spent all
1949
that
is
time
all about supplying the needs for
providing
others.
them.
Food,
Yes. Yep.
sex, shelter,
Yep.
you know, it's all about what are the basic needs of other people, and
Hmm.
the people that have the 19 or the 49 or the full channel of sensitivity, they're really about supplying for their people.
Yep.
But what they do is that if the other, because there's a reciprocity that needs to happen with this stream,
For sure.
and that's where you get angry. And it's also it's a,
Hmm.
it's a projected channel, the 1949, you know? So, if they are not being properly recognized, if they are not being reciprocated to, they'll cut you off. They'll
Yeah.
cut you off. The guillotine.
Yeah.
Um, and the bitterness will come in.
Very bitter. Yeah.
So we want, and like we share together. Leah and I's friendship channel is the channel of surrender, also known as the channel of the entrepreneur. It's the 4426. That's
Hmm.
also tribal. There's every channel holds a frequency and a mechanic of being either um tribal, individual, and it and also collective. Okay. Sorry, I'm like, you gotta speed this up. My brain's telling me to speed this up because we're running out of time, and I'm trying to like also be descriptive at the same time. So excuse me. And also it's been a while since we've done this. So I'm trying to get my bearings. But basically what I'm trying to say to you guys in the most long drawn out way is that we want to support you.
Yes.
And if we don't know what you need support in, we can't help you. Then
Right.
we're guessing. And I feel like this last year we have kind of lost the sense of how to support you guys, if I can be quite honest right now. And I'm trying to figure it out. And so, and like I literally will be your biggest supporter. But if I don't know what I can do for you,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to provide. So
Right.
please let us know if you do like this new format that we're doing. If
Hmm.
there's anything else you would like to see from us, you can let us know in a few different places. I'll tell you right now. If you're on YouTube, you can tell us right now in the comments down below. Just be like, hey, I love what you're doing with this. I would like to see this. I'm not a fan of this. You can even, but say it in a nice way. Okay. I have an open solar plexus.
Yeah,
I
be
don't
nice.
mind you. I don't mind constructive criticism, but please be kind.
Yes.
Um, and just let us know what your needs are. And they're also on Spotify. We can drop a question in there too for this
Yep.
episode. Leah will put a question on what
Yep.
do you need from us? Okay. What would you like to see from us? Because again, I told you when we get to that 500, 1,000 mark, I'll pick a number when we get there. Okay. On YouTube, I will be putting out bonus educational content that you can't get anywhere else. But we have to get to that number first. So we need your
Right.
help. Okay. And so you can also shoot me a DM at Journey Through HD if you I'm really the I guess the creator of the kitchen's environment of the Human Design and Astro Club. So you can shoot me a DM directly. I chat with you guys all the time in my DMs.
Yeah.
So feel free to shoot me a DM. You can write us an email at we actually have a brand new email.
We do have a new email.
So
It's going to be
sorry.
down in the description. hello@humandesignastro.com.
Hello at humandesignastro.com or find us in the description. All this stuff we're talking about is also always in the description, by the way. Hi there. We wanted to share with you more ways to connect with us and our free and paid resources and offers that will help you elevate your life and begin to tap into your fullest potential to live out your dreams. First up, we have created a free tips and tricks to understanding your strategy and authority and a free crash course on the transits that you can find in our beginner's path on our website in the show notes down below. And if you're ready to get a deeper understanding of the human design language and how to apply this to your very own chart, check out our user manual to your true self. And if you've been studying human design for a while and ready to lift up the hood of your vehicle and take a peek inside to better understand your process, we have created a mini variables class on the 4 radical transformations. Now, we do not have view or motivation available to purchase, but we have recently developed a kick-ass variable intensive called the Color Code Variable Intensive. That is a 5-week journey through the radical 4 transformations. And because our last round went so well that I can't even put into words, I can't even describe, but we are doing it again this fall. So please make sure you are subscribed to our email list because early bird enrollment is about to be made available. And lastly, if you are interested in one-on-ones with me, Krystle, then check out my readings on our website down below to snag one of my reading spots or email us the word waitlist to be added to the next available openings as I get booked up very quickly. And everything else that you might be interested in, you can find on our website, humandesignastro.com. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel for some prime education. Now let's go listen to the rest of this captivating episode. So let's jump to the program, basically the program recap that we're going to walk through each program for the entire month of February. I will give you dates that you can also mark in your calendars if you would like, write down, take notes, whatever feels good for you. So let's start on February 1st. Okay. And that is a Thursday. I also have my little handy dandy printout. These are super helpful. We gave them to everybody in our yearly forecast. And it has the new moon and the full moon gates. And then I put a couple other things that I'll also be taking notes and stuff. I really like that. And then I'm going to keep them and save them. And I'm going to look at them at the end of the year again, all through and see what was there. It's kind of like a little notebook for the year. So anyways, February 1st. We start off in February actually looking for a new perspective. Okay. Now, if you're like, what are the programs? What do you keep talking about and saying programs? So, whenever I say program in relation to human design, I'm talking about the transits in relation to the planets, and specifically, the program incorporates the sun and the earth. That's the program for each week. It takes approximately six-ish, gosh, I cannot say that, 6-ish days to get through a program. Okay. It's because it's going through the 6 lines. And so they basically show us what episode we are tuning in for this week, what our focus is in the sun, and then what's grounding and supporting us in the earth. Okay. So whenever I do that, and you'll know what I'm talking about. And we also will give you all of the sun and earth gates in the cosmic forecast that you will get on February 2nd. Okay. But again, you have to get on our email list to get that. So you can get on our email list in the show notes down below. All right. Probably let you know 20 more times. Okay. So we're starting off on the roof with a focus on the needs of our people. As I was just talking about, I'll tell you guys, gate 19 is in the sun. Okay. When we start off this month. And that's also going to highlight the entire month, by the way. You always want to look at the first program that welcomes in the month because that's going to be almost like the tone of the entire month. All right. Just to give you guys a little extra details. So, how can you support your people? And how can you also support your family, your community? Um, Really, again, this is a theme for the month. And it's really about being able to supply the needs of others. Okay. And then we're being grounded and supported with our voice. Okay. And so we have the pressure from the root. And then what's going to hold us is going to be our voice and expressing our past experiences. So taking some time to go inwards is going to be important on this day. Okay. And to discover how to move forward by remembering your past experiences. And then on Friday, February 2nd, we get a brand new focus. Okay. We're really at the end of a program at the beginning of the month of February. So on the 2nd, we get a new program with a focus on direction. And if this week, when you listen, okay, there's going to be like these little nudges from your environment, okay, that are going to allow yourself to collect the stories of your people. You had a just passed go and retreat, right? But now this week, it's time to listen. Okay. So you're going to be able to listen to collect those stories from your community, and you'll be rewarded by being grounded and supported in some more direction. So there's a lot of direction happening for this week, but this pertains to the self and how the self wants to lead its people. If we can listen to the stories, we will know how to take people to the next level. This is about finding a strategic way towards your future, a real chance, because we also now have 0 retrogrades. Right before we entered into the month, Uranus finally went direct. Okay. So till April, we have no retrogrades. Hallelujah. Okay. I'm going to throw in little tidbits as we go through this. Um, so really discover your next path with this week. Okay. That's the point. This week will really help you get there. And we're going to move to Wednesday, February 7th, with a focus for this week on our emotions. And as you're going to notice, there's going to be a lot of emotions coming up towards the end of the month. Okay. Or beginning to the rest of the end of the month. So we're focusing on our emotions and the emotional support for your people. How can you find support for your principles in your community? So this is a very similar vibe from the start of this month. This is actually the connection to that. And what's going to help ground and support you is your mind. This is a time to use your mind to contemplate your future. You're thinking about your community. That's a big part. I mean, that's Aquarius, right? It's the Aquarius energy. It's all about your people, okay? The me that supports the we. And so, what's going to help you support your community and figure out what those principles are going to be your ajna, your mind. This is a time to use your mind to contemplate your future. Find time to get quiet this week, to use your imagination to anticipate the future. And then Tuesday, February 13th, we get a new program with a focus on, again, our emotions. And I'm going to keep telling you this because it's just the rest of it is just emotions. Okay. We're heading into Pisces season. Okay. So sit with what feelings come up because they are moving you towards a new experience. And what's going to ground you and support you in that is your commitment to that feeling. It's through commitment to our mission, our goals, that it can actually take us in the direction we want to go. Look out for some serendipitous moments this week with this program. And then on Monday, February 19th, we have a focus again on our emotions. As you can tell, we have entered into, watery Pisces at this point. It's time for this season to really do some real feeling, okay? Which all the open solar plexuses, non-emotionals are like, well, fuck. Okay, because feelings are yucky. I'm just going to personally telling you this from my personal experience. But anyways, this is going to be a focus on our spirit. This week will be a reminder that we are always abundant, and what's going to ground and support us is our bonds, the way we are intimate with others, a chance to open our aura and break down those barriers and let the spirit in. It's actually already there. Sometimes we just need that friendly reminder. And that's what this program is going to do for you. And then on Saturday, February 24th, this is our last focus of the month. Okay. And this focus is on loyalty. Ugh, my ultimate enemy. Okay. This is about loyalty and friendship for your community and your people. How can you best support them? What's going to help ground you is actually your determination to be loyal. This comes from the heart, to provide one's will to support its people. You might need to spend some alone time to regroup and regather this week, and I would highly recommend doing that before we move into March. So now that we've discussed the programs, let's move to our next segment called Mark Your Calendars. This is very short because this month, we don't have as much going on. Again, there's no retrogrades. There's just one highlighted moment that I'm going to tell you guys towards the end. But let's first talk about the moons. Okay. So Friday, February 9th, we have a new moon in Aquarius. Aquarius is going to play a big role now that it has moved into Pluto. And this will be your moon to plant your seeds for the next 6 months. Aquarius is the innovative sign of the zodiac, as we talked about earlier. It strives to think outside of the box. Use the activation that we will be discussing in the Cosmic Forecast, as I said earlier, which is our monthly newsletter that provides everything we talk about on here in written form, but also includes the gates, the keynotes, the themes, moon activations, and a bit on the astrology. So this new moon, we actually want to tap into our feelings. The moon in Aquarius is going to want you to intellectualize your emotions, but truly, it's an invitation to go deep. But what to go deep on? Well, your principles. It's time to plant the seeds of those principles, rules, and boundaries you have with your community. Aquarius is all about the humanitarian. As I said, the me that supports the we. How do you want to support and be supported for the next 6 months? Plant those seeds. And on February 19th, we have Pisces season that begins. And it's time to get fluid. Then on February 24th, we have a full moon in Virgo, another sign that likes to intellectualize its feelings. It is ruled by Mercury after all. Mutable earthy Virgo wants you to look back at the last 6 months on what you're looking to complete. How has your health, your work life, your routines gone? This is a time to release, let go, and begin to materialize all that you have been experiencing for the last 6 months. And really, this is a time to materialize in forms of relationships. Have they been fruitful, or have you been experiencing a lot of friction? We are in the relationship axis, as I've been saying, the Aries Libra axis, after all, and this will be a time to examine the role you have played in terms of how you want to bond with those closest to you. We'll provide the details and the themes and the keynotes and all the things that I have said that you can get on our email list for the Cosmic Forecast in the description down below. And lastly, there's a Saturn Cazimi happening on the 28th. Highlight this day, okay? Mark your calendars for the special window of opportunity, and we'll discuss tomorrow in the Cosmic Forecast all that you need to have and how this will support you on this day. It's going to be a time to amplify that hard work and building lasting foundations. So that's all I got. I'm going to pull some cards and see what they have to say.
Yeah. So I'll go through the types. I'm going to start with the manifestors. And for the manifestors, I pulled the Hermit, which sounds pretty accurate for what you said, basically taking some time to like go within.
A lot of that
The
this
Hermit
month.
might feel like there are a lot of times where you might not feel like you have an urge, or maybe you have to be in extra Hermit mode, or you're seeing a little bit more time in between your urges. Just take note for whatever that feels like for you. It could be different too. Just taking some time to allow yourself the rest that you need. Your sacral will need a little bit more rest this month, maybe, or it might just mean that you're taking some time to do a little bit of inner work. Maybe you're studying something, some self-discovery kind of stuff. The Hermit card is a very wise card. It's a wise man. As he's on his journey, he's collecting all kinds of new discoveries, new knowledge, new wisdom, and he's kind of holding on to that and to be his own light, to be his own version of his own light. So as you sit in your rest period, you can ask yourself, like, what do you see? What are your surroundings? How do you feel? And are you allowing yourself to kind of see that bigger picture? He's also like the guy at the top of the mountain, kind of looking around at the surrounding area and seeing like what's the next step he wants to take? Where does he want to go? Where do I need to go next? All right. And then next for the manifesting generators, I pulled the Temperance card. And temperance is about pouring into your creative side, finding balance within, grounding yourself and nourishing yourself, your earthly body, your spiritual body, pouring into that creative and emotional side. Because you can see on here, they have their toes in the water, toes on the land. So, like you said, for February being an emotional kind of month, then just allow yourself to really work through that and to just embrace what's coming. There's a lot of like flow that, especially with the balance, she's pouring water from one cup into another. It's kind of like the manifestors are like you're running around, or maybe you don't look like you're actually running around, but you have a lot.
Generators.
Manifesting generators. I did it again. Manifesting generators, you have a lot going on, but sometimes you can seem very calm. And it's more of like you're the calm vision for others when there's a lot going on, because you're able to kind of figure out your way through your own
process.
Yeah, you're able to navigate it better, easier for yourself because you have that ability. So think about in your life what needs to be addressed where things are kind of messy. Do you have feelings, emotions that are coming up that are kind of messy? Or do you have some sort of conflict that is in your world or in someone else's that you can kind of help them work through, find compromise in conflict? And to temper literally means to like modify things by adding a new component. So how can you look for an opportunity to improve something in your life or something for someone else? So those can be some things to look at. And I'm sorry, I said generator or manifestor, but that's definitely for the manifesting generators. I did that last time too.
It's okay.
Doing my best here. Okay, taking a breath. For the generators, we have the Ace of Wands, and this is all about change. There's some sort of change in the air. This month may be a time for you to release what is no longer serving you, allowing those old leaves, old limiting beliefs, old things to move away. What's no longer lighting you up. For a sacral being, it's really important for you to see what lights you up, what brings you that exciting sacral juice, and what isn't working for you anymore. What do you need to let go of? It represents creativity and excitement. It's a generator card. It's meant for you. So it's all about tapping into your sacral this month and finding whatever feeling that excites you the most. And it could be ideas. It could just be like you're feeling super optimistic about things. You're taking bold actions. It could be an outside thing like an offer or a gift or a new opportunity, a new friendship or relationship, or even just some sort of synchronistic event that you're like, whoa, that was crazy. And then you can kind of use that excitement to attract in others because that's what you do. And naturally, you just attract in others. So you might take some time to see what is worth taking the risk, how to be bold, and to be your true self in order for the world to see your unique light and not to be afraid. So trust in yourself that you have the potential and that there will be no end to what you can achieve when you do what really lights you up. Next, for the projectors, the Seven of Wands. And so this might feel like a time where you're maybe either defending yourself or defending somebody else, someone you love or someone that you know. It's kind of time to like take a stand, use communication and confidence during this month. What is going to change the energy around you is when they see what's worth fighting for. So don't let like the battles just be like, I'm just going to go over here and fight all these battles for people. As a projector, you have to be recognized and invited into those things. So don't just go and like try and fight other people's fights. You might feel really strong about something, but it's really important for you to take time to understand what is it that what's worth fighting for, so that you are heard, so that you are recognized. And when you're invited into those things, then you're able to kind of use your sense of integrity and creativity or character to help others make a difference. And so again, it's really important for you to decipher what are some things that are worth fighting for? What are you being invited to share your thoughts on and guidance on, so that others can take that guidance instead of rejecting it. And lastly, I have the reflectors. And this is the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork and working together. They call it like the Mission Impossible card, because it's all about teamwork. There's like, you have to kind of maybe consider where you play a role in this month in creating some sort of a plan. So like, think of the Mission Impossible movie. There's like people come together. It's a group of people. What is your position in this group? What can you offer? What are your strengths? How can you help others be more of a team planner, or doing the drawing out a plan? What is your goal? If there's an idea that's floating around in your work life or in your relationship or your side job or something, how can you use your potential to help others reach that goal? And remember, you're not all of the things, but you are some part of that, and you are a very important part of that too. So this month will be really important for you to find the right people, to set the plan, to nail down the details, concentrate on excellence, and complete your mission. So that'd be interesting to see what comes up if there's reflectors that listen at the end of the month. Like, what is some sort of Mission Impossible thing that came up for you, or did it? And was it big or was it little? Because it might not be a huge thing, but it could be something minor as well.
Yeah, let us know how these cards reflect for you guys. Like, not just the reflectors, like every type, all the human design types. And we hope that this episode provides you with some sort of understanding, some sort of roadmap that's going to help you really achieve the success that you're trying to achieve for the month of February. And look out for some new series that's happening in February as well. And check out the Human Design True Crime. And we also have other educational episodes scattered throughout. And please give us a big thumbs up on YouTube so that we can reach more weirdos like you guys. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts as well. That's really helpful for reaching more people as well. And we will see you guys over on the next one.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning into today's episode of our podcast on the Human Design and Astro Club. We hope you have found the information insightful and useful. If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving us a review and sharing it with your friends and family. We love to hear from our listeners, so feel free to reach out to us with any feedback, questions, or suggestions for future episodes. Until next time, thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.